Okay, so this is how you get 1,000 times better at volleyball. I review people's film all the time, and the biggest thing I see is that there's a lack of structure in your game. You want everything to look exactly the same every single time. Now, of course, the other team's going to put you in situations where you can't make the exact same move, but if you watch my other videos, I think there's a video called Every Volleyball Player Needs to Know This. We need to create a simplified, generic understanding of the game so then we can build off of that and learn. If you're doing a different movement every single time on defense, or you're doing a different movement every single time when you're blocking or whatever, you're never going to be able to learn. You have no reference point of like how many more steps you need to take this way or that way, or it's just way too inconsistent. So we need to define where your base defense is, how do you pull, how do you approach, all these things in a perfect world before we can start actually getting better and like building on these things. We need this foundation. So I'm going to walk you through base defense and what that looks like in a perfect world, what that should look like every time. Approaching, blocking, pulling, setting, and I think that's it for now. Okay, perfect world, you're a defender, you serve the ball, you get into the court 6 feet away from the end line in the middle, okay? That's your base. You have to know where that is. It has to be the same every single time. Get in 6 feet away, you're right here. Now you're waiting to see if the pass is over the net. The first thing we know is, are they passing the ball over the net or are they passing it to their setter? So you wait here to see. Okay, it might be an overpass, you can go get it or whatever. Okay, second thing you're looking for is the setter. Is he going to hit it on two or is he going to set the ball? So you still wait here. Maybe he hits it on two. You're ready to get both sides. But maybe he sets it. Okay, now once he sets it, we can now move away from our base, because in the first two contacts, we don't know what they're doing. They could send it over, they could not. On the second contact, they could set it over or not. On the third contact, they have to send it over. Okay, so we have a better idea of what they're going to do. So we wait here. As soon as we see the set is good, assuming we're blocking line, then you can shuffle over. Okay, but you have to wait till the set is set and you know it's a good set. Good set, shuffle over. This is a perfect situation. Serve the ball, come in, wait for the pass, overpass, no. Overset, no. Good set, yes. Get in. Okay, maybe you get in here. Overpass, no. Set, over, no. Bad, set. Now your blocker's gonna pull. What do? You wait right here. Just stay right here. The game is super simple. We're making it as easy as possible. You just stand right here. Your blocker will pull. They'll get the hard-driven balls and the short balls, and you're getting the hard-driven balls. It's a bad set, remember. So they're not going to be able to swing super hard in that cross. They'll have to hit it. Probably they're going to hit it straight to you or hit it in that corner. You'll have more time to get that ball. Maybe they cut shot it. It feels like you're leaving that open, way open. And you kind of are, but you want them to hit it there because you know there's only one direction that you can go. They're not going to hit it this way or that's not your ball. So if you see him hitting a roll shot, any type of shot, it's going to be there. So you can see it and you have more time because he's like, the setter set the ball off the net, so the hitter's off the net. So there's just a little bit more distance, a little bit more time to run that ball down. So this is perfect scenario of volleyball. You come in, wait for the pass, wait for the set. You either get over there or you wait. Okay, that's defense. Okay, blocking defense. You want to start, let's say, like 5 feet off the net because you want to get the overpass first, right? And then you say it's a good pass. You creep up a little bit. Still ready for the option ball. They might set it over, so we're not all the way up at the net. But they also might hit the ball, so you could take one step up and block. So start 5 feet off. You see the pass. Oh, it might be overpass. You can get that. Or you have a little bit of distance to now hit the ball. See the pass. Okay, good pass. Creep up. Option, maybe. Overset, maybe you can get that. Now you're up on the net, seeing the set, starting at the middle. I see way too many players will just right away, they like want somebody to serve the person to the left and they'll just like start over here or they'll just run straight over there. You want to get to the middle, see the set, shuffle over, and then you can go straight up and down. So we want to err inside when we're blocking. People want to hit it to the court. It's a risky play if you hit it to the line. So if you're blocking too wide, you're well, there's a way less chance that people are going to try to paint the sideline. They're probably just going to hit it to the middle of the court. So it's okay to stay a little bit more inside. And maybe you see him hitting to the line, now you can reach a little bit. But we don't want to blow away past the guy who's probably going to just hit it in an angle. So a little bit off, see the pass, see the set. Okay, good set. Now I can shuffle over. And notice when I'm shuffling over, we're facing forward. I'm not turning, I'm not opening up like this. I see so many guys they'll kind of go like this, and I don't know what they're doing. So we want to stay like as disciplined, as perfect, exactly the same every single time. Shuffle over, and then you can go straight up and down. You see that massive vertical, straight up and down. We don't need to be jumping to the side or anything, straight up and down. So that's the progression. Pass, set, shuffle over, and now you're ready to maybe block, or maybe it's a bad set. You can pull, you can get out of there. Okay, I'm gonna be out of video ideas after this one because I'm solving everybody's problems. So when you pull, you're here ready to block or pull. We want the pull to look exactly the same every time too. It's a turn or run, 1, 2, hop, turn around, okay? We don't need to get really far off. Ready, turn, run, hop, bam. And the reason why we do that is so that you can move forward, because when you're pull blocking, we're only worrying about 2 things, okay? You don't need to dig everything. When you're pulling, you're worrying about the hard driven ball at you. So maybe start with your hands up. There was a girl that I coached in high school this past year, and she would start with her hands up, and the amount of digs she got was insane. Pull, hands up. Now you're ready to get that driven ball right at you. See, I'm like 10 feet off the net. Hard driven ball here, or the short ball right in front of you. Okay, everything else your defender will get. Even the high line over you, they're starting in the middle back, so they can run that ball down. So 1, 2, hop, turn around, ready to move forward, ready to get that hard driven ball right at you. You don't need to worry about anything else. I actually like opening up towards the line. I know it's not orthodox, but if our defender's in the middle, we don't really need to open up this way, because anything on the inside he's gonna get. But what guys often try to do, especially when you pull, is hit that line. So I don't mind you opening up the other way. So you can get that ball, short ball, and then maybe stick a hand out to the left. It's a little bit easier and dig that ball. All right, let's go to setting. Setting, we're starting like we're passing the ball and serve receive, splitting the court. I'm maybe 7 feet from the end line. As soon as you know your passer is gonna pass the ball, so they're not serving you, you want to cut directly towards the opposite pin, the opposite antenna, okay? So you cut straight in, and then now our momentum is going forward. This is where we want to set the ball. Way too many guys will be doing this. They'll go right away, they'll start running towards the net, like this, going wide. I don't know if this is, I guess it's an indoor thing, but this is not beach volleyball. And you're probably not optioning balls. I would recommend that if you're running an option system, but 99.9% of you should not be doing that. So wait, see the pass, cut directly in, opposite leg over, crossing over, baby steps, let the ball cross in front of you, and then you can push into this ball. We're always at a 45-degree angle, okay? So let's say you come in and then the pass is maybe over your shoulder over there. We keep that 45-degree angle and we now shuffle over, okay? Creating that same angle here and now pushing in to set this ball. See how easy this is? They serve them, you cut in, wherever that is. Maybe it passes over here, you can come in here. Or maybe it passes over here, you shuffle in, push forward, keeping that 45-degree angle. Now, if the pass is to the right side of this line, we now make that angle, well, there's a couple ways you can go about this, but what I'd recommend for most of you is if they pass it to the right side of this line, keep that 45-degree angle and just set the ball a little bit more off the net. Okay, so instead of setting that ball perfect 3 to 5 feet off the net, now set the ball 5, 7 feet off the net, 10 feet off the net even. We don't need to have an amazing swing. We just need to be consistent and knowing, okay, where our setter is going to set that, not getting trapped. We don't need to get trapped, and just putting a little bit of pressure on them. Because if you can get a decently hard swing to the corner, even if they dig it, they're not going to be in a comfortable situation. They're going to give you a free ball back, and then you'll have another opportunity. Okay, I guess really quick, I'll go over the approach. I already made a couple of videos, left side and right side approach, but I guess people don't understand. So I'm gonna try to make this as clear as possible. We want it to look exactly the same every time. So if you're on the left side, you pass the ball. As soon as you pass the ball, we need to make a move to the side, shuffle over, and then you can go in, okay? We don't need this. We don't need to pass and then kind of jog over here and then like come in at an angle, or maybe you pass the ball in front of you and you're like, oh, I just feel like I'm gonna approach straight. No, we need to look exactly the same every time. If you pass the ball, you shuffle over, pass the ball here, we gotta work hard, shuffle over, come in. Every single time. Now let's say you pass the ball from way back here. You pass the ball all the way up to the net. Now you can't just shuffle right here and try to approach all the way. So what you should do is pass the ball to the net, sprint to your spot. Now you can go slow to fast. Okay? So you want to get to our spot quick so we can go slow to fast. We don't want to be sprinting from back here, running all the way up into our approach, and then our last two steps being slow and like having to slow that down. One last thing and then I'll let you guys go, but this is also super important, have to do with hitting, is don't approach in front of your pass. So if you pass the ball 20 feet off the net, don't start your approach over here. Now your setter is going to be setting it over your shoulder and you have no vision, no power, no balance. If you pass the ball 20 feet off the net, start your approach from back here. Now I'm not saying you should set the ball all the way at the net, but set the ball a little bit more off. Set the ball 10 feet off the net, 7 feet off the net. You'll be in a way more comfortable position, have way more vision, way more control and power to be able to get this kill at a higher percentage more consistently. So if you pass the ball all the way up at the net, okay, yeah, now you can approach from here a little bit closer, a little bit quicker. So setters also, if the pass is off the net, set the ball off the net. If the pass is tight, set the ball tight. We don't need confusion. There's already enough confusion as there is. So hopefully that laid a foundation, but like having this structure will literally make you 1,000 times better at volleyball, because you cannot improve. I'll say an infinite amount of times better, because you cannot improve if you don't have this foundation, if you haven't had this laid to build off of. You can't even think about the game. Like I said in my other video, we give thoughts and ideas, complex ideas, words, so that we can categorize them, specific ideas, specific words, so we can understand them, categorize them, and then use them. And once we understand these words, then we can now play around with them, do some poetry, do some other things. So this is like defining volleyball for you. And then after a few years of doing this, maybe you can deviate a little bit. But you can't write a book if you don't know the alphabet. Like these are the ABCs.